Welcome to the mind, the most powerful, most misunderstood machine in existence. You think you're in control, but only 5% of your mind is conscious. That's all. The other 95%? Hidden, subconscious, silent. But it rules everything, every decision, every reaction. Most of it is made before you even realize. Let's begin our journey inside your mind, through shadows, signals, and silence. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational boss. It's only 4% of brain volume. It plans, decides, judges. But it's slow, deliberate, not made for speed. Now meet the amygdala, the emotional switch, primitive, fast, ruthless. When fear strikes, the amygdala fires before logic even wakes up. That's survival, but also anxiety, overthinking, panic. Your brain processes 11 million bits of data per second. You're only aware of about 50 bits. That's 0.000005%. Your subconscious filters the rest based on beliefs and past trauma. Memories don't sit quietly. They whisper. They shape reality. What you call intuition is pattern recognition stored deep inside. Let's go deeper, to the hippocampus, the librarian of your life. Every name, every face, every pain, archived, sorted, accessed without asking. But it's fragile. Trauma can shut it down. You forget to survive. Emotionally charged memories are stored stronger, longer, louder. That's why one insult echoes louder than 100 compliments. Your brain is 2% of body weight, but uses 20% of all energy. Thoughts burn glucose. Thinking literally tires the brain. That's why the mind loves habits, shortcuts to save fuel. Habits live in the basal ganglia, a mechanical memory system. 95% of your daily actions are unconscious habits, not decisions. Wake, scroll, eat, think the same thoughts, repeat. You call it routine, but it's a loop. Breaking the loop requires awareness and pain, because pain awakens the cortex. Change begins with discomfort. Growth is unnatural to the brain, but necessary to the soul. Your brain hates uncertainty. That's why it invents stories, even if they're wrong. It prefers a lie with clarity over truth with confusion. This is called cognitive bias, shortcuts that warp reality, confirmation bias, negativity bias, survival bias. All protect illusions. Your subconscious filters out facts that don't match your beliefs. That's why arguments rarely change minds. Belief is emotional, not logical. Logic is a flashlight, but emotions are the hand that holds it. The limbic system is your emotional compass. It steers quietly. When emotions rise, logic shuts down. Literally, blood leaves the cortex. This is why you say, "I wasn't thinking," because you weren't. The reticular activating system, RAS, controls attention. Like a gatekeeper, it lets in what matters and ignores the rest. What you focus on expands, what you ignore dissolves. That's why anxious minds see only danger. It's what they train for. Your mind becomes a mirror of your dominant thoughts. Repetition rewires. Thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs become perception. Neurons that fire together, wire together. That's brain plasticity. The more you feel something, the more it becomes part of you. Your personality is your emotional history. Practice daily. So if you change what you feel repeatedly, you change who you are. The brain doesn't want truth, it wants safety. Pain, shock, or danger. That's the primal equation. So we avoid discomfort, even if it keeps us stuck. Growth feels like threat. Healing feels like loss. Because every new belief means killing an old version of you. Neuroplasticity means you can change, but it takes energy. The mind resists at first. That's called cognitive dissonance, a war inside between old wiring and new desire. The winner, the one you feed with repetition and emotion. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness watching them. Most people live unconsciously, reacting, repeating, reliving. They call it personality, but it's just memory in disguise. Trauma is not what happened to you. It's what changed inside you. The brain's first rule: survive, even if it means shutting down joy. So you stop trusting, loving, dreaming, just to stay safe. Over time, protection becomes a prison, familiar but suffocating. You stop asking, "What do I want?" and start asking, "What will hurt less?" Your identity becomes a defense mechanism, not a choice. But awareness breaks the pattern. It's the light in the neural maze. To change the brain, first you must observe it without judgment. When you observe your thoughts, you activate the prefrontal cortex. This reduces emotional reactivity. It gives you power back. Meditation is not about emptying the mind. It's about mastering it. Even 10 minutes a day rewires the brain for calm and clarity. The brain changes not with effort, but with repetition. Repetition plus emotion equals rewiring. You become what you emotionally repeat, not what you intend. Every belief was once just a thought, repeated in emotion. Your subconscious records based on intensity, not logic. So one moment of shame can overwrite years of praise. Scene 81. But just as pain rewires, so can love, safety, and courage. Neuroplasticity is neutral. It doesn't care what you believe, it just builds it. You can choose new thoughts, feed them with new emotion. At first, they'll feel fake, but all beliefs do, until they don't. The brain doesn't care if a belief is true, just if it's repeated. So choose what to repeat. Choose what to believe. Carefully, because every thought leaves a trace, a groove, a pathway. And if you walk it daily, it becomes the road you live on.